This is a Sam the Cooking Guy flight review.
Welcome to Haneda Airport. There's two main airports in the Tokyo area. One is Narita and one is Haneda. Haneda is closer to the city. And today we'll be reviewing Delta's A350 business class from Haneda to LAX. It's not sponsored, nobody paid us. We say what we want. If it's great, we say it. If it's no bueno, we say that too. Today will be fun. And by the way, this says Sam the Cooking Guy in Japanese. And that means my emphasis will definitely be on the food. God, I hope it's going to be good. Unlike the Delta One lounge that we were able to go to in Los Angeles on our way here, flying back to the States from Haneda, business class or greater on Delta, they don't have their own lounge. You're in the TIAT lounge. It's the kind of lounge that those lounge access cards will get you into. The food is not very good. The seating is comfortable but dated, worn, and frankly dirty. Look at this chair. Look at it. I mean, come on. I wouldn't have that in my home. I don't want to sit on it here. And yeah, I mean, you call me a spoiled little brat, but you know, we paid for our tickets, and you want an okay lounge. Delta, you can do better than this. They have vodka though, and they got a pretty good Asahi beer machine. Come by, so that's good. But the lounge, it's very sleepy. It's very, very tired. And one of the things I think people look forward to is, you know, a good lounge. You relax. Especially, what if you're coming here from some other place? You had a super long flight. You got a 5-hour layover. You want a decent lounge. There's showers, granted. That's good. And the people are lovely. But it's just a little, nothing against the people. Just step it up. They can step it up. Now we go to the plane, shall we? Okay, so flight's delayed. At first they said there was like a little mechanical thing, and then you're like, what? The flight's delayed, and you're torn between, like, I want to get on the flight and get home, and, oh, mechanical, maybe I should give them a little extra time to fix it. Where do you go with that? So we're fine, and they say, okay, instead of boarding at 3:30, we're now boarding at 4. We come at 4, and they go, so we need like 10 more minutes to download some software. Like, holy shit. I hope they don't download software like me, because when I do it, 50% of the time, the shit does not work. I trust that they know what they're doing. But here's the important part of this story. Delta. Maybe Delta Japan, because I don't think this would happen in the States, potentially felt so bad about this delay that they were handing out snacks. And when I say snacks, I don't mean cookies. I mean frickin' hot dogs in boxes. Look. That you can't open with one hand. Oh wait, and not one hot dog in a box, 2 hot dogs in a box. Okay, so maybe they're a little dry and small. But honestly, that's just cute as I'm not mad at it at all. But they're also handing out these meat pies from New Zealand. And if you've ever been to New Zealand, you know that meat pies there are the king of the fast casual snack world. They are everything, and I don't know what kind this is. This is a, oh, it's pizza. Pizza, but here, let's try it, hold on. The thing about a meat pie is really the filling. I've had them with curry, I've had them with beef, I've had them with egg, I've had them with all kinds of things. Here, let's bust this kid open. Look, cheesy, pizza-y. I mean, is it gonna be amazing? No. Will I eat it? Hell yes. You could put anything across, man, an idea. What's the point? The point is, hopefully we'll deal with the mechanical issues. We'll get the software downloaded properly, and we'll be marching over there to gate 146 soon, and getting in our seats and having a glass of champagne before we go anywhere. So we stand around, and then we finally say, screw it, let's go back up to the lounge. And we're in the lounge, and then guess what we see? We see our plane being towed out of the gate and dragged down to another gate. Clearly is not something that's promising at all for the future of our flight. So I'll turn over all the cards and tell you that ultimately our flight was canceled. Not happening at all. Okay, so I don't want to travel on an unsafe plane, especially when they can't load the software into properly. But what that means is there's now like 350 of us standing around the gate trying to figure out what happens. We just all want to go. We just want to leave the airport. But guess what? Because technically we had gone through customs, we're now out of Japan's hands. We had to now be brought back into the country before we could exit the airport. They made an announcement at one point. Okay, we don't have enough hotel rooms for everybody, so if you live in the Tokyo area, you should go home now. You should go home now. Ugh. It's a bummer for everybody, there's no question. We're trying to be cool about it, but for us, there was actually a couple of things that we did not shoot because we ran out of time. So we got to go back into Tokyo and get the extra shots that we so desperately wanted. But just let me compare this experience to the one we had in LA going to Japan. The whole Delta One world there worked magically. The Delta Lounge at LAX was lovely. I mean, it wasn't, tremendous, but the seats weren't dirty. The food was actually pretty good, and there was vodka and everything else, and certainly that made me happy. But the Delta One thing really kicked in here because for Delta One passengers, business class, they offer a service in this particular terminal because they're changing things construction-wise at LAX. We were in Terminal 2 at the lounge, but we had to get to Tom Bradley, the international terminal. If you're fortunate in your timing as we were, there's a Porsche Cayenne pulls up. Just happened to pull up. We were waiting. We get into the back of this Porsche. They take our bags. They drive us to the international terminal in this Porsche on the tarmac. We're there while planes are crossing, passing beside us, around, and really, how often do you get to be that close? That was really cool, really cool. Look, that stuff is often reserved for like ballers, and we're not ballers. It was all about timing. Had nothing to do with we were shooting, nothing. And there's a guy dressed up nice in the suit and the thing and it's pretty great. That was pretty cool. Just being right there, very cool. So remember, this video is all about the flight review. at the airport, on the plane, flying that. Well, what this whole canceled flight meant was that I went back the next day by myself. Max and Jilly went back 2 days later. So it was me working microphones and little cameras and stuff like that. Look, I know my position. My position is in front. It's not behind. I don't do that stuff well. So the audio is sketch. The video is sketch. But we'll put this together in a way that you'll get a sense of what the flight was. And how I felt about the flight attendants and the fact that I didn't get my Asian meal. There, I've said it. Fine. I'll say it again, but... Quick switch. Quick switch. Switch. All right, and here we are aboard Delta's A350 to Los Angeles. I was on this flight yesterday and it was canceled. We spent 7 hours in the airport before we got out, and we're released. That's why I'm drinking. That's not true. I'd always be drinking. But this helps. But when they came down the aisle and they asked if I wanted a cocktail, I said yes. A vodka, please. Just on the rocks. I've got a bottle of water. I'll add a little bit to it. She hands it to me and I say, could I have a second one? And then I got the mom face. I got this. Like, okay, we think you're an alcoholic. I'm going to give it to you with just one little extra bottle of vodka. Is that a problem? She's right there and she doesn't like me. I'm telling you. Doesn't like me. So I wanted the Asian meal. And because I got canceled on the flight yesterday, by the time I got to the hotel, I tried to book the Asian meal. It was under 24 hours and I couldn't get it. So I had to pick something else. And there was a lasagna or some pasta. There was chicken. No, it was a steak. Never had a good steak on a plane. Never. So I took the sandwich. And then they say you shouldn't order fish on a plane. You can say. The Asian meal, the Japanese Asian meal is the way to go. Thank you. What's the sourdough, please? Thank you. Just one? Just one, thank you, yeah. Just one. Vodka 2, bread 1. I can't talk till she leaves, and she's not leaving me. You know what's good about this? I can't see the guy over there. The seats are staying. It's pretty good. It's a 1-2-1 configuration. And I can't see the dude over there, which is great. Frankly, I don't want to see anybody. I just want to sit here, do my own thing, drink my vodka, and be happy.
Would you like a soup and bread?
Soup and bread. Should we have a look at the meal for a second? Let's do this. So here we go. Shrimp and scallop. It's like tomato soup with some cream thing on top.